Hello everyone, welcome back to 5-Minute News, all the news you need and all the time you have. This week's top stories: Bernie Sanders has dropped out of the 2020 presidential race. Hello everyone and welcome back to 5-Minute News, all the news you need and all the time you have. This week's top story: Bernie Sanders ends his presidential bid after a long race which briefly saw him as the front-runner. He announced his campaign suspension, making Joe Biden's nomination a guarantee, setting up a Biden v. Trump battle this November, if Biden remembers the campaign and Trump hasn't been impeached again. COVID-19 continues to run rampant throughout the United States. Washington has now joined several other states in canceling the rest of the school year, causing students pain and glee depending on how much they like school. However, unlike Michigan, they're forcing students to continue to do work through June, which I don't think is fair. Though even school's most ardent haters most likely are growing tired of being locked up all day every day, this comes as the Wuhan, the city where this whole mess started, ends its lockdown that has been in place since January, returning it to some semblance of normalcy while they continue to lie about their infection numbers. They pretend that things are returning back to normal, which will only spell doom for their country in the long run. Doom that won't be reported on, so even though everything I just said was true, no one will know that. Back to America, 1 in 5 Americans now know someone personally who has had the virus. Amid the developing chaos, the U.S. is planning to seize exports of masks and gloves, which, while good for the United States, is bad for those masks' original destinations. This comes after Trump redirected medical supplies to Britain to help with their outbreak. The toilet paper crisis escalated on Monday when a man was arrested after his son assaulted his mother over a dispute involving toilet paper. The son is accusing the mom of hiding the toilet paper while he sits in jail for assaulting his mother. For those of you out of the job right now, good news comes from Amazon, who says they will hire 100,000 new workers to meet the ever-increasing coronavirus demand, the only problem being that you have to work for Amazon. President Trump continues to cause issues for himself. He has faced harsh criticism basically every day this last week. Today he said his daughter created 10% of all jobs in America, which, unless his daughter is in charge of every retail store, which I looked up and makes up about 10% of the U.S. job population, he lied. Yesterday he faced criticism due to his fun exchange with a reporter, where when asked about mail voting he said it was corrupt and undefendable, before being asked how he defended mail voting in Florida last month, to which he shrugged and said, "Because I'm allowed to." That's an actual quote, by the way. On Monday, he replaced the person who was supposed to oversee the government bailouts, which has been labeled as one of the most grievous acts of corruption done by his administration, and I would like to remind everyone that he has already been impeached. Susan Collins, did he learn his lesson? I could go back all last week, but I only have 5 minutes, and I think I have proven my point. Since I've started this episode, the president has gone on a Twitter tirade, rampaging throughout the website, saying that once this whole crisis is over, we need to move on quickly and forget it ever happened, which is a bad idea for way too many reasons for 5 minutes. People have lost their lives, people have lost their livelihoods, and people have lost months hiding inside. The last thing we need to do is move on quickly, but that's exactly what the President of the United States would have us do. After that tweet, he went and got mad at the radical left Democrats, and really just continued. He said that the stock market would go up to a new record high after all this was over, and various other antics until the Fox News commercial break ended and he returned to watching TV. Now that we've talked about Trump, let's talk about the only thing Trump cares about, and yes, I'm including his wife and kids, the stock market, which has skyrocketed recently. Once again, as I've said time and time again, it just keeps going up and down, guys. I've been doing this for over a month now. It goes up, it goes down. You can't explain that. Like 5 of you got that reference, and I'm okay with that. Now on to Zoom, which has just been skyrocketing completely recently. They've been called out for their security concerns, which I could say no duh, considering the fact that 2 months ago they had 10 users, none of which worked at the company, and were all just some random guys. But now they're one of the most important things in most people's lives as they do various online meetings. So I can say that their robust security doesn't really seem that robust. They're now getting sued because of lying and being deceptive about the whole thing. We'll have to see how that goes. But I can't say I blame them for the many flaws in their system given their company's sudden prevalence. While everyone is cooped up in their home, Netflix has been trying to keep them busy with giving them stuff to watch. The Joe Exotica show has been #1 on Netflix since its release, easily crushing the previous record. With its antics and tigers, people are tuning in during quarantine. This week, the final season of the Spanish show Money Heist has also released for the people who have finished the Joe Exotica show and decided not to do a third or fourth rewatching. The second one is, of course, guaranteed. You get so much more through. Not to be outdone, Hulu has released Parasite and several other movies by the same director onto their site, and Disney Plus continues to have nothing to watch while everyone waits for Mandalorian Season 2. Even the DC streaming service, which I didn't know existed, is getting in on the fun, releasing Season 2 of their Harley Quinn show, which I guarantee you has already generated more revenue for them than the Birds of Prey movie did. I want to be clear, I don't have any figure for that one. I just have a very safe bet in that one. That's about all the time we have. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the show, let me know how close to 5 minutes it was in the comments. I'm not sure. I tried. Thanks again for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Wednesday will become faster than you now.